recording? Oh yeah. Alright, cool. I wonder if we... What's up guys? Welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking apart a
Lamborghini has a turbo compresso di nordiazione
Urus or Urus, whichever you want to call it. That's the one right there. We're going to take it apart. I know it looks like it's already apart, but that's not the part we're taking apart. So let's get into this thing, find some parts to take apart. We're going to take the intake off this thing, and we're going to be removing the downpipes. The reason for this, because we're coming out with our own damn downpipes for the Urus. So stick around. We're going to have these for the Urus. They'll fit the SQ8, the Porsche Cayenne something or other mobile. I think the Bentayga, and a whole bunch. Anyways, I'll put the list in the screen here. Let's get into this thing. First things first, we're going to take the air box off. So, as far as I know, there's a couple of clips right here, right there. There's another one over here. And then this should, there we go, come up. That's our air filter. We'll get that out of the way. There we go. Get the air filter off. We're just gonna take this guy here and gently pry him up. Same with that one. There. Got a couple screws to take out. If you're feeling real ambitious, no, that won't work. Okay, looks like a T15 or something like that. Did I say these were 15? I'm at T20. Everyone calm the hell down. We're all good here, okay? Gonna zip these guys off, take this out. And then our downpipes are right back there. You can see the O2 sensor and the heat shielding. That's what we're taking out in today's video. We're gonna make a jig for these things so we can produce our own with a high flow cat for more noise. There. I don't know if I needed to take these ones out or not. I believe these just house this clip, which would house that, and this. So you loosen the screws on there. This guy will pull out of here. It'll pull up out of here. We got the bolts out of this. And you got this. That's the filter. Wow, look at that. That is some serious volume. As expected. Yeah, this lifts up. That's why you take those ones out. You want to be careful with the boots here. You don't want to rip the boots. Oh, loosen this guy off here. Now you could probably use looks like a 7 or an 8 to loosen these off too. It'll be easier than your carpenter tools like this. So now, there you go. Comes right, right out of there, just like that. Like that, and then it'll pull forward. And then you have your oil fill. You don't want to forget about that. So just very gently pry on this clip here. Or reach your hand underneath, you could probably do it too. And it should lift up. So these plastic hoses, I'll move this out of the way here now. These plastic hoses can get pretty brittle over time, so you want to make sure that you're kind of do this gingerly. And look at that, there are the downpipes. We're going to take these guys off. So these hot V configurations are pretty cool. So if you didn't know, the intake plenums are on the side, like underneath. And then the turbos, obviously, are on the top, the exhaust up top. Guys, I'm just going to say it. Put a rag on these suckers, okay? That way you're not going to drop anything in there. And before you start it, obviously it has to go back together, so you're going to remove the rags. I know there's there's a heat shield under the intake because the air is coming in from here into the engine, and this would essentially heat it up. But I think these are a pretty sweet layout, these things, and there's tons of room. Holy cow! So there's a ton of room in this thing for new downpipes. Should be pretty easy to zip these off. 3 bolts on each side, or nuts on the bottom. Looks like there's a stud in the flange there, and then 2 V-bands here, and then the 2 O2 sensors, which I'll probably just unplug, and these will come right out the top. It looks like once they're disconnected, there should be lots of room. Okay, so the next thing we got to do is get to these 3 bolts up on that flange. Let's see if we can get some light in there. All right, see that? 3 bolts. 1, 2. There's a third one up there. We got to get those out. Okay, so they're a 12 mil I got two. Whoops. And then the third one right there. I've got this set up here. Not great, but it's working. So we're just gonna sneak that boy right there. Oh, these batteries always fall out. I'm really trying my best here to. There we go. And we lost the nut. We're gonna have to go fishing. Once I pull the downpipe off though, I'll be able to see all up on top of like the, I don't know if that would be the transfer case or the, whatever you call it, front diff, something like that. Yeah, that. Now we're gonna take our O2s out. Just line them up here. Like that. And just give it a little, again, single hand, not ideal. There we go. Now, this might be something where if it starts to come out not easy, or it's not loose like this already, just quit while you're ahead, unplug the sensor, and pull it out as one if you can. I need these sensors out anyway, so I figured I'll leave them in and just kind of rest them on the engine bay. The battery's disconnected, I don't have to worry about anything. Not that that should matter anyway. Now, these here are a T30. So I just put a little bit of fluid film on there. That way when it starts to come up, hopefully it goes in the threads. Makes the V-band nice and easy to undo. As you can see here, this one is super easy. And then what'll happen is we'll have to bop this with a hammer here. This is my hammer. Maybe we'll go in from the back with like a little mini pry bar kind of thing and just give it a little just to get her going there. This guy though feels like it's gonna break and I don't love that. So my bit was a little bit twisted up there, so I just changed it, went back to get another one. We are ripping. So these are like a quick release style. Once it's out far enough, you can unclip it like that. Little mini pry bar action here. Just want to be a little bit easy on it. You don't want to go crazy. You'll feel it when it's moving. And there's also splits where, you know, it's not a full band, because if it was, it wouldn't be able to grab. So where those cut marks are, be mindful of them, because you'll see here, like the clamp started to bend. I'll be able to straighten that back out once I get it off. But just for the physical appearance, even though it is covered, let's see, once I move down there, we're able to move it a bit. Now, I might have to get a little hammer or something. And I just grabbed a little punch. So I'm going to go on the end of this V-band here, and I'm just going to give it a little, there we go, tap it, tap it, tap it. She's out. This one, same deal. It's not very hard, but just enough, okay? So now these downpipes, they should be ready to go. So now we got to wrestle them out. That would be helpful, but I wonder if we. All right, that's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Oh. She's a stickner. My jig of mortise. There we go. Downpipe number 2. She's out of there. It's actually crazy how much room there is in this thing. Look at this. So there's nothing in the way of making these things happen. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a 5-inch section coming out here with a, you know, high flow cat in it, and then I can do my elbow, either shrink it down right after the cat and come down with my elbow, or maybe come down with it and then shrink it down into that lower flange. So pretty good, pretty easy, straightforward. These should be super easy to install. The new ones will be even easier to install than the old ones because they're going to be more compact, right? These will be a pretty simple thing to jig up because it's not a super tight tolerance anywhere, really. So I'll bring you over to the bench here and show you guys what we're working with. So this here, obviously, driver's side. Here's our O2 sensor. There's a primary cat here, and then there's like a secondary cat or a GPF type, OPF, whatever you want to call it, something here. And then our 3-bolt flange that goes down to the mid pipe and the rest of the exhaust. So I'm going to jig these up in the morning, and shouldn't be too bad to set up. These will be either a 300 cell high flow cat, 3 or 400 cell high flow cat, EPA compliant with a 3-inch downpipe. These are 2.75 inch. Or there will be a catless version for the race car guys or race SUV guys, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, that's it for now. See you in the next one.